Friends Explained, Season 1, Episode 20, the one with the evil orthodontist. We're 20 episodes into Friends Season 1. Rachel left Barry at the altar months ago, and he's now engaged to Mindy, Rachel's former best friend. But Barry's back in Rachel's life, and what starts as a casual lunch spirals into something much messier. Meanwhile, Chandler is losing his mind because a woman he likes won't return his calls. And the group discovers someone across the street has been watching them through a telescope.
So Barry takes Rachel out for lunch at the Russian tea room, buys her Chanel perfume, and the whole group is watching from the apartment window like it's a nature documentary. Ross is especially not handling it well. This is the guy who just confessed his feelings and got nowhere.
Of course he's not. His big confession got blown up by this guy last episode, and now she's on a date with the ex? He's desperate to hear Barry looked miserable, but the answer is no. Barry came correct.
Rachel comes back glowing. She was supposed to tell Barry to leave her alone, but she never got around to it. It was comfortable. It was familiar. Her word, not mine.
Familiar? She fled this man at the altar, and he's engaged to her former best friend. How is any of that comfortable?
Monica lays it out exactly like that. Rachel promises to end it that afternoon.
She does not end it.
She ends up sleeping with him in his dentist chair, comes back to the coffee house with dental floss in her hair. Monica clocks it immediately.
And then she tries to justify it by comparing her situation to Ross and Carol, like they both just have unfinished business with exes. Ross completely short-circuits over that, starts sputtering about how orthodontists and lesbians are not the same category, and bolts out of the room. That comparison broke something in him.
Meanwhile, Chandler is dealing with the opposite problem. He had what he calls the greatest first date of all time with Danielle. No games, totally themselves. And then he refuses to call her the next day because it would seem needy.
The best date of his life and he won't call?
It gets worse. He spends 2 hours crafting the perfect voicemail, runs the dishes in the background so she'll think he's at a restaurant.
And when she finally picks up, he panics and hangs up. This man's relationship with neediness is genuinely unhinged.
Now the Mindy situation. She calls Rachel, and Rachel is terrified, assumes Mindy knows about the Barry affair. But Mindy doesn't know anything. She just wants Rachel to be her maid of honor.
Which Rachel accepts with way too much relief. But then Mindy drops the real bomb. She thinks Barry is cheating on her right now. And Rachel deflects, like, oh, he went through a weird phase when they were engaged too. Classic move from someone hiding the exact same secret.
Then Mindy confesses her own secret. When Barry was engaged to Rachel, Mindy and Barry were hooking up on the side. Rachel's best friend was the other woman the entire time she was engaged.
That is genuinely brutal. Rachel spent months wondering if she made the right call leaving Barry, and now she finds out Mindy was already in the picture before the wedding even happened? Neither of these women owed him anything after that.
Rachel's response is perfect. She holds out the Chanel perfume Barry just bought her and lets Mindy smell it. No explanation needed. They storm over to his office together.
And Barry's defense? He loves them both but loves Mindy most. Picks her without hesitation while Rachel's standing right there. After sleeping with Rachel twice that week. How do you even pick in that moment?
Barry ducks out to deal with a choking patient, and Mindy delivers the real gut punch.
She's still going to marry him after all of that. She wants the title of Mrs. Dr. Barry Farber, DDS.
That title is doing a lot of heavy lifting in her decision.
But here's what matters. Rachel stays as maid of honor and walks away knowing she finally has her answer. Ever since she ran out on that wedding, she's wondered if leaving Barry was a mistake. Now she knows it wasn't. 20 episodes of doubt. Done.
And Chandler gets the comedy mirror ending. Danielle shows up at Central Perk because she had the wrong number this whole time. That's why she never called back. Chandler's response? She's too needy. The man who spent 3 days glued to a phone just called someone needy for showing up.
Rachel's done with Barry. 20 episodes of doubt? Closed. Chandler's neediness hypocrisy is now a running bit. Sydney the telescope neighbor is still watching.